you have one. Normally, they don't need the transcript to be submitted. So you just need to submit your bachelor's or master's degree, or even if you have diploma, as long it is, it shows that you graduated at that level. So it's a post-secondary certificates, which is start from TVET diploma, and then the bachelor or master's or PhD, whatever it is. But you need to be in that. If you are still a student, uh, you may wait for another opportunity to apply, because it is very clear on the eligibility criteria that you must be having a post-secondary certificate, because let's say you are doing a 5-year degree and you are in your 3rd year. There's no way, you are still a student. So with that, I will stop there, and maybe later on can come back with question and answer. Thank you. Over to you, Faizana. Uh, the other documents, especially, uh, uh, of course, you need to have your updated CV, and please be specific. For example, if your experience speak to peace and security, and you volunteer somewhere in the hospital, right? These two things might not relate that much, but your CV, there must be a coherent on your CV, and your track, you're ambitious, what you want to pursue in life. Plus, AU has all the fields, like any field you can imagine. It is existing in the AU. If you are an engineer, you are a doctor, you are a lawyer, you are a journalist, all the fields are there, because African Union is a big organization. It have organs, it has specialized agencies, it has technical offices, regional mechanism. So whatever field you study, you are qualified. So focus on the experience that relate with your experience and training, because that also will give you a good start as you develop your profession. Of course, you need your passport, the national passport or ID, to show your identity and citizenship. The other one is a copy of your academic credential, as I mentioned earlier, and recommendation letter. And please associate the recommendation letter with the experience you had. For example, with the organization you volunteered, or the organization that you mentioned, I work for this organization. It is mentioned in your CV. You also need to have a recommendation from them that will strengthen, your application. And of course, have a very summarized cover letter where you address 3 questions in the application. I'm sure you go through it. They normally ask you why you want to be a youth volunteer, what is skill are you bringing on, and focus on the skills that can help, organization. For example, the host organization, you can mention something like teamwork, how you can, play a part in project preparation or project implementation, all those good things. And of course, your aspiration as an African youth, it is something that you can always mention, and what makes you the best candidate. So those are the elements that you need to put on your cover letter. And don't forget your experience. Don't shy away of mentioning it. If you have 3 years experience, 4-year experience, I know there are young people who started early. Put your years of experience there, right? So that will also give you an opportunity to compete. Thank you very much. I think let me stop there, Farzana.
Thank you so much, Johannes. I'll present the next section. So make sure you have all of these documents as you're submitting, right? And so now you've submitted. What is the selection process? So there is a timeline between when the youth division receives this application and then them reviewing and getting back to you. Okay, so the youth division will review this application, and approximately over the last 2 years, they say they've been receiving around 10,000 applications. So the process is very, very competitive. So they select around 200, previously 100, and I think this year, maybe, I don't know, maybe 100 to 200, that's the number that they usually select out of the 10,000. So that tells you how competitive the process is. And so successful applicants will be notified via email. So, and once you've been notified via email that you're successfully part of the AUYVC program, you're invited for what we call a pre-deployment training, which happened virtually the last 2 years because, as we all know, COVID. But I want to warn you, being selected for AUYVC is not equals to getting a contract of offer from the AU. I think this is one of the things that all of us wish we knew. It's one thing to be part of the program, and then it's a different thing to actually have a role and say, I am working with programs budgets division, or you're working with HR division, or you're working with a directorate of gender, and so on. I hope this is clear. The email telling you that you've been selected as part of the AUYVC program is completely different from the one that is completely different from, say, is not equal to saying that you have a position with the AU. Please, I hope that is very, very clear. What this means is that you have now been selected to be part of the AUYVC program. And what this affords you is an opportunity to access what they call the volunteer management system. So this is where the different AU divisions that my colleague Johannes mentioned, either AU directorates, AU affiliate organizations like UNICEF, WFP, UNDP, putting in requests for youth volunteers. And then now you have access to see which opportunities are open, and then you get to apply. I hope that is very clear. I think that's one of the things that most people don't know. So immediately you get that email, please don't resign. It's not yet it. It just means you're part of the, you've become part of the program. But everyone that has been selected for the program gets to attend a pre-deployment training. Hopefully this year they'll do it physically. In our year, we got to go to Egypt and meet all the rest of the 200 participants that were selected for the AUYVC program. And then after that, we all got links to be able to access our volunteer management system. And for me, I saw a role that I felt fit my CV, my qualifications, and my background and experience, and I applied and I got in. Some of the colleagues applied, they were interviewed by this department, they got in, others applied, they were not selected, others didn't get an opportunity for a role that they feel was fitting with their experience. And so, to be honest, there are a few volunteers who were not deployed. Okay, so you could have attended the pre-deployment training, but you don't get an opportunity that matches your experience. That's also a possible outcome. You could get a job or not get a job, but the thing is you always have access to that program. And the thing is, when we say you get an opportunity to work with the AU, it's not specifically just the AU. Like Johannes said, if you're from Addis Ababa, you're likely not, Ethiopia, you're likely not to work directly with AU HQ, which is based in Addis Ababa. I'm from Kenya. I got to do my deployment in Addis Ababa. Alimato is from Mali. She was posted in HQ as well in Addis Ababa. Same with Johannes from South Sudan in Addis Ababa. But if like you get to work in a country different from yours, and you necessarily don't have to work with the AU itself. You can work with all of the partner organizations. There's the African Human Rights Commission, if I'm not wrong, in Arusha. That they have very many different liaison offices across the continent that you can be deployed to, or with partner organizations that are working with the AU, such as the UNICEF, WFP, UNDP. In Nairobi, I know there are a few volunteers also posted to Nairobi, to AUYBA. And so like, it's not just the AU, it's all of the opportunities within the AU affiliate network of partner organizations that are there. I think that's it. I just wanted to really clarify that. I want to invite my colleague Alimato to take us through what benefits and packages are available to AU youth volunteers. Over to you.
Thank you, Farzana. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning from wherever you are. My name is Alimato Darcy Sidibe. A former AUYVs. I have been served within the Women and Youth Directorate within Youth Division, and then lately have been working under the AUYVC program. So thank you very much. I'm happy to be here with you. And then really just to encourage all of you, this program is really, really a milestone for someone like me passing by the program and then thinking by the program I got other opportunity, and then yeah, here we are. So I'm really encourage you guys, try. You as a youth take risk. You won't lose at some point. Just try it. Don't be too sorry to say that, don't be too shy or too lazy to go through all the application process, because when you go to the platform, for example, SAP, it's quite difficult to finish your application, but get courage to continue up until the end. And also you might also face some challenge with the platform. My advice might be for you to try it very early in the morning or late in the evening, because of I think so many people are trying to apply for the program actually. So yeah, and then I'm going to take you through the benefit package that as an AUYVs you can get. All right. So as a volunteer, during the pre-deployment training, you first of all get a stipend during the 2 weeks training, and then after the training, during your deployment, and then like for example, like Farzana said, when you are deployed now, let's say, okay, I'm from Mali, and then let's say I'm deployed to Addis Ababa. So now they will pay me a relocation allowance, also a monthly living allowance where they will say stipend, which is very clear. As a volunteer, you will not receive a salary. Like Farzana said, it's not an employment that you are having, but it's a very specific. As a youth, the African Union is giving you opportunity to have an international experience. So for that compensation, they are giving you a monthly living allowance. And then you will have also a medical insurance, a medical coverage, which is only you. And after your deployment as well, you receive a post-deployment allowance. So as a volunteer also, you need to know that when you are employed as volunteer, probably for those who have families that they want to relocate, it's only you who is taking charge. They'll only pay for you your stipend, and also they will only give you a medical insurance, because as my colleagues say, it's not really an employment.
Coming tomorrow. Okay. Cool. I'm just asking.
Next slide, please.
Okay.
Okay. So the duration of the contract. So initially the duration of the contract is 1 year, 12-month contract. And then let's say if you are excellent, because now in this world as a youth, they are asking us so much effort. So it's not only to be good, but you have to be excellent in what you are doing when you get this opportunity. And then from there, you can have the chance also to have another extension for 12 months. And then there is no guarantee for employment, but if you are clever enough during your 12-month or 24-month, you can start applying on other AU organ or UN. It depends, because already you have this 1 year experience, which open doors for you to have much more opportunity in the international job market. Opportunity posted compared to volunteers. So yeah, next slide. Okay, so yeah, this is all from my end. If you have any question, you can ask, but like I said, guys, honestly, try. If you didn't get this time, try it again. I think this year they are looking for a quite of numbers, so then the number have reduced. So I think really, really work on your application, and then yeah, all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Alimato. Maybe I can ask you one question. What other opportunities beyond the benefits that we get from the AUYVC program, what opportunities has the AUYVC program opened for you in your career?
I'm going to contact Mandela, Washington. No, I'm not so crazy about, but like.
Sorry, Alimato, you're on mute.
Sorry, Fazana. Yes, so I was saying, really, I was very lucky when just at the end of my second year, because I've served 2 years as a volunteer within the youth division. And then I made connection and stuff, which is a very, very good thing during your time to do your service, try to be open, try to make connection and stuff. So which also opened doors for me today. I got chance to be, I'm working now with African Union Development Agency in Johannesburg within the human resources team. But initially, as I said, just at the end of my deployment, I got this opportunity. So I didn't get the chance to even brief a little bit. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Alimato. Johannes, same question to you as well.
Yes, thank you for that. The other thing that you also benefit from, especially from the experience on the, like, once you position yourself in what you are doing, there is a possibility of the concerned department of organs also to retain you for another year. So normally, the department that you are deployed to or any organs may be interesting on your work and to keep you, working. So they are entitled of extension for 1 year, means you get opportunity to extend. I did not have that, but I get retained with projects that was going on under the department. So it means if you get that opportunity to be deployed, you try to do your best, try to deliver as much as you can, position yourself as a young professional who is ready to learn and accept the challenge. So those are the opportunities that present. So not only that, but the networking at the AU-wide system, it is something that you can always capitalize on. Attending different summits, meetings, so you'll be, familiar with the AU organs and the other opportunities that are presented into, like, for example, I was deployed in the headquarters in Addis, in the Department of Trade and Industry as a mining policy officer. And luckily enough, I'm still serving in the department with a different arrangement. That is a different contract, but still I'm working on the same department after my 1 year tenure as a youth volunteer. So be optimistic of what you want to achieve. Plus, the good thing is all the information that you need about the African Union are there. For instance, I'm a mining engineer. You might think that, what am I doing here in the office? I must go to the bush and, try to dig out gold or minerals or other thing, right? But African Union also is doing policies at the continental level that are related to mining and other fields. It could be energy, agriculture. So all the other fields are there. So I was ready to learn, especially the continental policy on minerals development, and that positioned me into that in that position. And luckily enough, I'm still part of the African Union, And those are the opportunities that you always get access to. Over to you, Farzana.
Thank you, Johannes. Colleagues, as you can see, our meeting room is ending. I want to shift us to a different meeting room. Let's use this 2 minutes to shift to this new room, and then we can continue with any questions you may have on the other end. Is that okay? Let me share the link with you in a few.
All right, so we continue our conversation in the other room.
Yes.
I mean, other Zoom, huh?
Yes.
All right.
Okay. Please use the link in the chat to move to the other meeting room.